So crazy. So I'm just waiting for my guests to come in. What's up, everybody? Happy Taco Tuesday. Smoke was shaking. Would you believe I didn't smoke during my interview yesterday at all? That was kind of a big deal. Yeah, me too. I passed out. I took a nap after I killed some teriyaki chicken with some rice. That shit gave me the ultimate itis. And I had to set my alarm. I set my alarm for like 6 o'clock. So that way I could like wake my ass up and then be ready for this. But I wouldn't mind going back to sleep. I'll say that much. It was so nice outside today, man. It was like a perfect freaking day today. Sauce Queen, what's up? Yeah, it was man nice today. Hola. All right, hopefully Instagram will give us like make us wait like 10 hours. See, this is so annoying. Instagram really needs to get it together. We're gonna spend about 5 minutes trying to get you on my live because I literally went through the same exact thing yesterday with the artist that I was interviewing last night. So annoying, man. Just give me a second. I'm trying to accept you. Listen, we have to think positive, okay? I literally went literally for about maybe like 5 minutes. I went through this shit with I'm a bit choppy. You probably do you have an iPhone? Are you an iPhone owner? Because normally people with iPhones talk crap. I've looked clear on my screen. All right, let me try to send you the invite again. I sent you the invite. See if you can accept it.
Uh, uh,
Bravo, you made it.
what's up? What's up? You said people
How,
with iPhones talk crap?
you have an iPhone?
Absolutely.
My point.
That's what you got, a Droid?
Absolutely.
All right, so
Come over to the dark side. It's fun over here.
you know what? That's too complicated for me.
How?
It's too much computers. It's like the Droid version. I can't.
Listen, you guys. First of all, you guys have to do an update like every week.
Oof, you got me, yeah.
Um, you guys have to buy everything out of your little Apple store.
The thing is, you gotta
The
jailbreak
things
it. You guys got
you guys buy, we get for free.
that. That is true, but your content,
Our
the photos.
our camera's better than yours.
I mean,
Our phone is better than yours.
I just like the blue message. That's all. I like the blue
You
message.
got oh my god, are you kidding me? The little blue bubble?
What's
Unbelievable.
good? What's good?
Anyway, let everybody know who we're talking to tonight. Introduce yourself, please.
You are talking to Joseph Ford, aka Titanium. I am a motorcycle enthusiast more than ever. I try to use my story to help inspire others who have pretty much been down, whether it's a motorcycle crash or car accident or any crazy traumatic accident. I'm here. I'm just here to show you the guys that you can come back, you can bounce back, and just keep going. That's just really it. I'm just always pushing, just pushing and pushing.
Yes. So can we start from the beginning for people who don't know your story?
Okay. So boom. Here I am coming from a wedding, right? So we just came from one of my boys' wedding, and my wife is driving her car. We're heading back home, and I'm on my motorcycle. Fast forward, in the beginning, she didn't want me to ride. My wife, she didn't want me to ride the motorcycle. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm just gonna do it anyway. You know, it's just that itch. It's such a long drive. Traffic's gonna be crazy. I'd rather just take my time and get up there. That way, if there is traffic, I never have to stop. I just had a traffic gives me crazy anxiety.
Me
Like
too.
seriously.
I start tweaking, so I get it. So I was tweaking today. I was about to lose my hand.
Understand, right? So going back home now, I was happy because I think Philadelphia had like a bike night kind of vibe. So I figured once wifey go home, I'm gonna step off and this after the wedding vibes, catch some bike life vibes. But as we're in the turnpike heading down south, this car just decides to switch lanes, like randomly switch lanes. And in the moment as a rider, when you see it happening, you're like, you know what? I know they're gonna switch lanes. You watch the tires as they're coming close to the white line. So I'm watching it. I'm like, you know what, man, this is getting kind of crazy. Let me pull back. So I let go my throttle a little bit. I look at my mirrors. My wife is coming. She's on my butt because I didn't want to make her brake for other cars to brake to cause a whole scene. So at that moment, I'm like, get to this eventually. So as the car started drifting, I got into the lane in my space, and as soon as I'm about to fully transition into my lane on the left side, she just did one of those, or he did one of those, whatever the report said, you know. And it clipped my front tire of the R1. I was riding the R1 at the time, the 08, 09 R1, and no 07, 08. And what happened is the front tire just dismantled completely, right? So I'm probably going about maybe the turnpike speed, like whatever the turnpike max is, and a little above that.
Yeah.
Right. So as I collided with the car, the front tire left, and then it caused the bike. The bike immediately sunk, and then when it sunk, the distance between the my crutch and the tank, that came up, and that was like that. That was the first injury that I got. Right. So it was there, and when I got that, it hit. It's like almost getting like a ball to your private area. It just takes the wind out of you. So after that happened, I end up just trying to lean to fall off the bike, almost like to dump it. But I'm going straight in, almost like a flip, a complete. So as I'm going for the flip, everything slows down. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, dang, like it is really happening. Like this is your crash. This is the first time I've ever crashed. First time.
Really? Wow.
I was taking it pride. I was taking it all the way to the end. I was like, I was gonna be the first biker in my head to get good and not go down. I was really trying.
Right.
But so that people knew how I ride. I could handle my scenes, but I control the driver. I can't control that. So things slow down. And as I'm starting to think about what's happening, like I think about my son is home right now. He was 6 at the time. My 6-year-old's at home. I got my wifey behind me. It's like about 11 o'clock on June 23rd. It's prime time. Like it's
a summer night. Everybody's outside.
Outside. So I'm like, yo, you of all people about to create a whole scene in this joint. That's crazy. So anyway, that happened. And I was like, I looked to my right. I saw the family in the back seat. I'm like, damn. What if I mess their car up? What if after this bike, because this is mid dump. What if when the bike goes over, that car flips? Like this is getting crazy, bro. Why me?
The car flipped?
No, I'm thinking in my head.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All of this happened right before as I'm about to fall over. Everything slows down. You would know. If you're ever in it, and I pray that you're not, but whatever that situation is, you're gonna just
everything goes in slow motion. Right? Yeah.
So after the note, I had to brace for impact. When I fell on my neck, that's when I popped my neck, and I was like, "Damn, the impact!" I just knew the impact was bad. It was like you can't touch it because now I'm fumbling and tossing and turning and dragging on the road.
You're still up at this time, like you're awake and alert.
I was awake for like the first 4 thumps. Then I passed out, and then I'll say passed out, and then when I opened my eyes, I was around the guardrail, like I was wrapped around the guardrail.
Oh my goodness!
It was just one of those things you just brace for your fall, and you try to fall as best as you can.
Yeah.
But I was tumbling way too fast.
Yeah.
I was tumbling. So,
and then plus your body weight and everything else, it's just all that takes into toll.
Exactly, and about 3 weeks before that, one of my buddies, he crashed and blew up and died literally. And that's the only reason why I had to put gear on was because of his death, right? So I was in full leathers because of this man. I'm like, life is funny how it works sometimes, don't it? It's just, because had I not, I would have probably been one of my shitty ass, by my language, but one of my regular vests and
It's no filter radio. You can curse. It's okay.
My my page. You know, I try to be very polite on my page, but
It's okay. It's
yeah.
okay.
So tossing and that was just craziness for me. So now the impact that I'm falling with, the guardrail was a quick stop. But in between skates, I'm like, I can see the turnpike. I'm in the truck lane. There's a trucks and then there's trucks and cars and then there's cars only. I'm in a truck going down south, right before like around like exit 7 area, right? So as I'm tumbling, I'm like, I was gonna fall into the car side. There was a wall, and then guardrail. And when I saw that, I'm like, damn, even if I survive this fall, I'm going straight on that side, is what I said to myself. I'm like,
Right.
and my shorty's right behind me. Oh,
Witnessing everything. So she's seen everything.
she's seen. So as a man, let me just sidetrack for a little bit. As a man, if that's you as a man, and you got your girl watching you, you don't want to fall in front of shorty. You don't want to embarrass yourself. You always want to look tough. You always want to be the strong guy.
Wait,
Literally.
you still have that, even though that's your wife? You still have
Not
that feeling?
now, but generally,
Oh, yeah.
I felt that shit.
Yeah.
Definitely, because any man will feel like, guaranteed. I don't care
You
who,
just feel vulnerable at that point.
have to be, because your life depends on somebody else. That's
Right.
just what it boils down to. There's
I
nothing.
understand.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
It just happens. It's one of those things that just happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even in that, as I'm tumbling and falling, I'm like, damn, a shorty though. I never wanted her to see that. As riders, you don't want your spouse to see you going.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Definitely.
it's crazy. I'm down on the floor. I'm thinking about my wife. That's what crazy shit was for me. So now, as I'm wrapped up on the floor and I'm standing in the sky, I'm like, damn, it's bright as shit, but the sun is beaming, so I'm about to be mad uncomfortable now. So I mean, the type of person I am, if I get uncomfortable and sticky, I'll be like, oh, I just be wanting to.
Stop freaking out in your own suit.
Exactly. But so now I'm trying to move. Nothing is moving. I try to move my arm, try to move my foot. When I try to move my back, I'm like, that hurts. So I was like, fudge. I don't think I'll be able to make it home today, is what I said to myself. So then my wife came over, looking over at me. She's like, yo, and I seen her face. Like, I was just looking at her eyes. And when I saw her eyes, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. The look of it was like, yo, shit is crazy. You are
Yeah.
in trouble, bro.
Yeah.
So when yeah,
I know it had to be hard for her to see you like that.
we have videos of it. And on top of that, is one of those moments I know I gave up. I literally gave up. I'm like, yep, there's nothing I can do here. There's nothing. You got to give in. And I'm just that type of person. I accept what is very fast. I'm like, all right, let's just sit and enjoy this then, whatever this is. So as I'm feeling this, I'm feeling them tossing, maybe they're tying my legs together, whatever that is. I'm feeling moaning, I'm like, yo, babe, pick me up. She's like, yo, I can't. I was like, damn, for real? No, I can't. And she's crying. I'm like, but my wife's a scary kind of lady. So I'm like, maybe she's just tripping. Maybe she's just like, there's something different. But I know my legs were detached. So the guardrail sliced my legs off completely. And it took my left leg completely off and my right leg hanging just like that. I was considered a double amputee at the time of the accident, right? So I ended up breaking my neck, my back. I lost my spleen because I got damn near cut open in half. Like my spleen got jacked up, my kidneys got jacked up. And I'm just there bleeding to death. I'm like, damn, of all people, me? Like, of all people, what did I do to deserve this? I was always the person, I'm questioning myself. I was always the person to do so good by everybody.
Yeah.
And when I've been myself, I still did good. So I'm like,
We question
what is this?
why you, what you did to deserve that.
Not only that, I started thinking, I was like, damn, well, if God was supposed to exist and he was, I don't know what's going on. What were we taught then? You know what I'm saying? Like, we were taught to go pray. We were taught to do good, be kind. And then none of that, like all that was just like, it was just still happening to me. So in that moment, I beat myself up a little bit, but I was like, all right, cool. Focusing on breathing. As my breathing started, I started continuing breathing. I started losing breath. And I'm like, damn, am I dying? As what I said to myself, I'm like, yo, am I dying? In my head, I'm like, I'm trying to talk, no words are coming out. I'm like, can't move. But my breath, I'm not even breathing hard, but I'm losing breath.
Trying to get gas for air. Yeah.
Then the lady I think I dozed off. Then I opened my eyes again and I saw a chopper. When I saw a chopper, I'm like, fuck, that shit better.
This is serious. Mm-hmm.
So the lady came over. I told her, I was like, yo, this is my last breath. I was like, I'm gonna give you all the information that you need. Please listen. I can't know that I don't have anything left. I know for sure. You just know when you're done. And she
Yeah.
was like, okay, I'm listening. God, she understood what I said because sometimes my accent can be kind of thick, right? So I was like, you know what? I gave her my name, my social, my location, my wife's name, all her business, her phone number, and that was it. 3 days later, I woke up in the hospital. And that's how that happened.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
That's
it's
that's
intense, intense.
amazing.
My journey started heavily in a hospital where it was day 1, day 2, day 3 is when I woke up. I think we don't even have enough time to talk about what my first 3 days were, because then it gets a very spiritual, I would say. Like when you die, when you go under, some people remember, some people don't. For me, I was blessed to remember a lot of things, right? So in that space, when you go in that, I'm not, don't quote me on anything. I'm not a Bible reader or anything like that. I just go off of energy and just vibes, right? So what I'm feeling in this dark space is like the emotions that I had from, like, the best way to explain is like a heartbreak. Think of a heartbreak that you had, and then think about the closest person that you had that died, right? Somebody passed away. That was mourning. What it is to mourn, like, if for anybody alive, if you've ever been in a situation like divorced or broke up, or all the worst emotions you've ever felt that you've had a hard time to earn, to get out of, to consider yourself strong, it all comes back to you, and that's hell. And I was in that bitch. I'm like, nah, you can't forget it. It's always there. Just think of you being heartbroken, and you just stay heartbroken for the rest of your effing life. That you have to accept quick now. My mindset, I'm like, damn, if I'm be here for a long time, I just gotta make the best out of it. So started day by day. I'm now fast forward. I'm talking the story really quick. I had 3 days to prove myself in whatever realm, whatever space I think time that was, and then that's when I woke up on day 3. So we'll talk about it another time. But that's how deep it gets. So for me now, I'm connected to people different. I don't see physical bodies no more. I see straight souls, straight spirits, because
Absolutely. I'm the same way. I'm all about energy. I pick up energy like from
that's what.
afar. I tell people if I feel shaken up inside, then I can't be around you because it's something that's, like I can't be around you.
Yeah,
I can't let people disturb my
yeah,
energy.
that's it. That's it. So, and then even in that, I spent 45 days in the hospital. I call it that's my bid. And that was the hardest time of my life. The hospital, fighting for my life in terms of, I came literally holding a cell phone. I had to work my way back up to the game, to the point where my goal was to lift a motorcycle. That was my goal. That's all I had in my head. I'm like, yo, I got to be able to at least lift a bike. I may not be able to ride it, but I can get close to it. I could touch it. I could feel it. I didn't think riding was possible, because who is crazy enough to lose their fucking legs and go for a ride? That's madness, right? And to think about to go on the same damn bike that almost took your life. Yeah, you looking for trouble, bro. Like, you don't hear, you hard headed. That's what it'll call. But
Yeah. Listen, when you're about that bike life, it's in you. When you have that passion in you, it's nothing. It's not going to stop you from doing it. There's a will, there's a way.
what happened too is that shit saved my life, literally, because I had nothing else to hold on to. It's funny because I was just taking a look at my book today. These are some of my notes that I had. Right, it looks quickly and crazy because I'm talking from my eyes closed. This is what I was saying to my wife. I always have this by me. This keeps me real. Yeah, shit was real.
Grounded. Yeah.
So I have this here, and in that moments, coming from small to big is what, like, being reborn again. When you get fucked up like that, you have to be reborn again. Like, nothing works the same. You try to move your foot, no foot. There's no foot. You try to move your back. I got staples in my back. Like, I can't move. I'm literally done. I'm like, so when they read the injury report to me, I said to my wife, I was like, when I was able to speak, I was like, yo, what wasn't broken on me? Like, what wasn't jacked up or touched? And damn, they took my legs though. Football is my life. Soccer is my life. Track is my life. I do this. I was literally about to, in my head, create the illest son nobody has ever seen. My baby boy was about to be on some next level because his dad is a crazy man in
Right.
terms of put. So when that happened to me, I'm like, ooh, yeah.
So you didn't officially know until you got up like on the third
Nah, I
day?
didn't know anything. I was still incubated. I was like, they
Oh,
had to pull that
you
video.
were
I was
intubated.
when they
Yeah.
pulled them tubes out. That's when I was like, oh, like my eyes was able to open a little bit. I'm
Right.
like, all I could do is they was like, yo, Joe, get ready. We're about to do it. I'm like, get to what is going on? Where am I? What's happening? And I start feeling this shit come from my gut. I'm like, but I can't breathe. Once it's coming out, you can't breathe. I'm like, yo, it was the worst
You
shit ever,
need to do a documentary.
bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. This
Seriously, because your story is I mean, I know unfortunately some people that have been in some terrible accidents, Shout out to Youngin. He was one that I recently met. And it was just the way that I met him was actually kind of crazy because he had his leg turned around and I'm like, I didn't like he caught me off guard and I'm like, what are you doing? And I saw him with a cane. I'm like, oh, you partying and you hurt? And he lifted up his leg and he turned it around. I said, what the hell? I said, what the fuck? I said, oh shit. I said, wait a minute. I said, what's going on
yeah,
here? And then he told me the story, and I was like, I told him he was just this crazy, but crazy in a sense of like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this, but you're crazy because I know the love you have for it. You have a crazy passion for it, and I respect it
Yeah.
because if you got it in you and you can do it, then do it.
Right, right. And for me too, what I like about the bike community, most importantly for me, is that once you get on it, one, people who ride understand riding talk. It's like a whole different world out there. Once you get on that, you're like, oh shit, bro, you survived. So every time you get off the bike, it's like you had a survival situation. You survived because it is crazy out there. I don't care how slow you're going. You could be taking your grandpa time. Somebody will run you over. That's just the game, right?
I tell people all the time, 10 miles an hour, you can get killed. My boy Traffic, he got killed a couple of years ago, and simply because somebody thought they could make, when they always think they can make the turn before you, one of those. So
That's exactly what be happening, man. But I appreciate the people, and I appreciate that. I knew that if this happened to me, I am just a little speck in this big ass world. And if social media is supposed to be something where we could share and just share to share, then I might as well share something because I didn't care for social media per se. I just I've always been telling my own different way. Like this is my day to days and Snapchat, and that's always been me. But when the accident happened, like I was like, oh shit, how do I even do that anymore? Whoa, what are people gonna think? Like people's like, yo, he was once this person, but that's Jodo. He was the man. He was the man though. I was like,
when
oh,
did you start seeing like your followers start growing, like
yo,
numbers?
I'll tell you, it was when it was like a December in 2020 probably. I sat on my couch and I'm looking through the content. My wife was like, here's the videos of your things. She's always supporting me in that space. Look at this, look at this. So I'm like, all right, bet. And one day I just found this one Kanye edit. No, this Bane. It's like a Bane audio that's going on. Something about darkness and stuff. I'm like, ooh, I felt that. Like the voice and I just felt it. So I was like, you know what? Let's really, really tap in real quick. So I did the audio, did a quick edit, boom, boom. When I posted it, it just like
It
took
went
about two.
viral.
Yeah, when it took about 2 weeks for it to go crazy, and then before you know it, I was like, yo, 20K, 30K. I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of likes, 40K, 50K, and then follows is going up. But I'm at 20K. I'm like, 20K follows. What? How does that even happen? And who is 20,000 people, right? So even
Oh my God, yeah.
yeah, it gets crazy. I'm like, but then I started not. I never got caught up in it because it was never about that for me. So that's why even on social media on Instagram, like I don't put in no creative fun, no kind of vibe. Like
Yeah,
when I can, and that's it. A lot
yeah.
of a lot of
It's a
people.
tool to raise awareness for you.
This is all. It ain't about. That's what I'm saying. It ain't about the likes and the plays. It's about
Yeah.
my DMs. My DMs are where all my people are. Like these are all the people that lost their arms and their legs. So for me now, when a video goes viral, right? And I know it can go viral because you got the algorithm wants one thing. They want a little shock in the beginning. First 3 seconds. That's what matters. Your first 3 seconds. You throw a little shock in there, throw emotion, or you just throw something odd. The algorithm say, boom. First 3 seconds, let's take it to the next party, and then so on and so forth. And then you start putting your stuff in. So because I've been doing it for so long, I'm like, yo, it's definitely it's just you just study it. You think and you study
Yeah.
it. It's like
Listen, I put a 15-second video up on TikTok, and it got 83,000 likes, and I was like, why? I was in McDonald's at 2 o'clock in the morning, okay, with my motorcycle gear on. 15 seconds. I'm doing absolutely
it's
nothing, and I'm like you said, where the hell did all these people come from?
weird. I don't even pay attention to. But what I've seen is that real people are behind the accounts in terms of if a video goes viral, let's say it gets like 1 million views. Out of that, sometimes it goes. You might get like 100 people who lost their arms in that 1 million plays, right? And then it's like, yo, bro, shout outs to you. I lost my arm too, or I lost my leg, or I didn't know I could ride. And it's a bunch of those. I have a team of people that kind of help me filter through my DMs a
Oh,
lot to get to.
nice.
It's a lot. It's literally,
Oh, that's dope. I
and
can
then
imagine how many people you inspire and give confidence to as well, because I know a lot of people must feel really self-conscious, and like I read up about you, and I know how you were saying in the beginning how you was, whether you feel ugly or people were going to accept you or whatever the case may be. So seeing you and seeing how alive you are and how much energy you have, and you're always happy, and your videos are dope, and you know what I mean, your bike is sick, let's not forget
oh my
that.
god, thank
That shit is sexy. I'm just saying,
you, thank you.
but yeah, I know it has to be, you have to be inspiring so many people. And I think that's freaking beautiful, because we need that in this
Oh,
world.
sweet.
We need it terribly, and the fact that you do it just unconditionally, and you're doing it from your heart, because,
You,
you're here to do good.
you know why? Because it hurts, bro. It hurts. It hurts to live like this. It really does hurt. So it's just I know my personality. I just don't live in the hurt too much. Like I do feel it. Sometimes
What's your sign?
I'll be
What's your
Virgo.
sign? Oh, your birthday's just passed, so it's coming up.
But just passed, August 25th.
Oh, happy belated.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Like I could be eating regular and then I'm bust out in tears. Like literally. It's bad. It could be like that. So you see the smiles, you see the vibes. I could always vibe because I've tasted death. I know what you guys, everybody has their own story, everybody has their own struggle. But for what I got going on in this war zone, there's people with legs. My boys, I have people with no one arm, one leg. I'm like, God damn. And they are inspired by me and I'm inspired by them. So that's what it's all about. It's just about inspiring each other and keep pushing and pushing. This world, they put me in I was flourishing in the regular human world. Arms and legs, doing the damn thing. I must admit, I did it. In this world, and when I see that people aren't flourishing as much and they don't believe in themselves and they don't want to, I'm like, ooh, that is not my style. So I'll show you my style and show you can do this too. Like you can really vibe. Like you don't have to deal with that because I know what it is to, I know you have every right to feel what you're feeling though. For real. That is crazy. But you gotta make,
you don't want to keep your mind trapped in that mental space.
You can't.
You're drawn in your thoughts and you'll go crazy. And again, I know it's easier said than done. Speaking for myself, I know it's easy for me to say that because again, like you said, mentally, right now you could probably break down because your thoughts just consume you, and feelings are feelings, and I truly sympathize for that. My heart breaks for you, but in that sense,
and I appreciate that because, and I also think too, everybody's different. There's some amputees, even like let's say, could be at the same time mark in terms of years of experience being an amputee. And he could be like all dilly happy because life is back. Because I know for certain, if I had a proper setup, let's say I lost my left leg and my right foot was good, I put money in it, I would have been in the Olympics. Guaranteed. That's just my mental. I am that person. I am literally, but what keeps me back is my pain in my right foot and then my pain in my left foot and my back. I can't do anything for too long. I ride too long. Everything hurts. So for me now, my head thinking about because pain does that. So because I'm always feeling what's put me here, of course, it's going to be always.
Your thoughts are going to be there. What's your time limit on the bike?
So I guess beginning when I got out, I was hungry. So I used to go as far as the Poconos. I was 2.5 hours out there, New York City, create content, regular way to Philly. Like I still have more miles than people who think they ride a lot, literally. But that's how much I used to ride before.
Yeah.
Miles every 6 weeks, probably, maybe.
Do I have to call your doctor and have him order you to take it easy?
I think now with all that what I've learned and what I've seen, I've heard a lot of stories. I've heard a lot of people tell me their stories. A lot of people explain to me their pains, like a lot of people. I've never had that type of exposure in terms of so many different people. So what I've learned is everybody has a certain kind of thing for them that works for them and what doesn't. So for me now, is just understanding this is how do I make this more effective and more efficient? How do I get, I guess, to conclude, have everything in one bunch versus everybody just, just having all their minds are all held to skelter. So I'm just, and that's where I'm at. So it's a lot. We could talk for a lot. We could talk for.
I know.
We're gonna have to
I know, but Instagram is a hater. They only let us live for an hour. They're so whack.
Yeah, I didn't even study so crazy because sometimes even with that, sometimes you might get a video you post, you can get 500 likes. In my world, that's ridiculously low in my world, and then you can get 10,000. Like, all right, you can never really focus on that.
Yeah, it's crazy with the algorithms. So we're gonna dive into one more thing.
So let's do it.
Because aside from you already being extraordinary, 7 months after your accident, like I said, I did my homework on you. I sure did. I don't know what's your favorite food or your color yet, but we're gonna get that. We're gonna get there for the next interview. Don't worry, I got you. I see red, so I'm leaning on red. Okay, good. 7 months after your accident, you unfortunately had to fortunately rather, rescued your friend from a lake.
Yeah.
What happened there? What were you doing by a lake?
So, girl, let me tell you. So, it was a morning where remember I tell you I was eager to ride a lot. So I ended up I bought the BMW and I was like, man, I'll just ride this bike, learn it. When I learned it, my buddy, he went down when we went to the Poconos. We bought him a new R1. He went down, but he was good. The bike was still running. So, but you know when you go down, it's like, damn, I'm with my boy. He just back to riding. I'm
No,
crashing out. Like it was
I
weird.
was crashing. Yeah,
So we
yeah.
took our time. We went home, but he's from New York, right? So I'm like, all right, he's gonna catch his nap. We all the way in Philly. We're gonna catch a nap, and then you'll hit the road in the morning. But before that, I was like, well, bro, you know I'm your boy and stuff. Like we can catch the sunrise in the morning if you want. Let's just go out there and you know what I mean. Have a catch up vibe, a little bro
Yeah.
vibes. He's like, all right, he put his gear on. We leave. Before I left, I told my wife, yo, I'm going to the gym because at that time she didn't even know I was riding motorcycles. I was actually hiding the bike back then, and that was because of some really crazy shit. I didn't want to have her ever know that I'm back on a bike until she gives me the okay and the green light to ride the bike.
How
But
long did you keep it from her? How long did you keep it from her?
a long way. So I got the bike in May. Was 6 weeks?
Ooh,
Was
I
six
would have
weeks?
not. I would have not fed you for 8 weeks.
Girl, I paid for that. Yeah, I paid for that,
You
right?
would have been eating bread and drinking water.
But I so again, that's a whole nother vibe because remember she see me crash, so and we made promises. It was around the corner, and she was like, "Yo, your day." I'm like, "Bet I need to be ready for that day." So let me get a bike and and that's what happened. But I did it behind the scenes. So I want as many, yo, babe, look at your boy. I can ride now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's where we were. So now I took my boy to the sunrise. Gotcha. As we go into the corners, this one nice sharp turn, bro. It was beautiful. But then it became it's like a hairpin. And I took it. When I took it, I'm a little more, this is my area. I know the roads. And I fell off. I'm like, ooh. And he coming after me. He's the type of person, he would just follow the line, right? He came in hot. And then as he came in hot, I know he had the oh shit moment because I heard it in the helmet. And when he said oh shit, I look back. I see my boy skating across the field. I'm like, damn, this is not happening. There's no way.
Oh
I
my
just told him
God.
I'm riding the bike since my accident. It's 7 months after my shot. I'm still healing. It's crazy now. So I'm like, all right, it's okay. We'll figure it out. I get off the bike. He's nowhere near the bike. The bike's in the middle of the road. I go pick it up. I see oil. I'm like, ooh, we are not going anywhere today. I'm trying to pick the bike up, but I remember I'm 7 months after just losing my legs and stuff. So it's like, it's hard to pick up a 400-pound bike.
Hold on.
I
Can I stop you for 1 second? Because you're saying this just too casually for me. I'm sorry. Like, hold on.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying 7 months, like we talking 7 years done
Oh,
passed by. 7 months is not a
I
long
don't
time
think it is.
for recovery for the type of accident that you sustained. What the? I'm going to send my chancleta to your wife so she can personally beat you with it. Is that okay? Can we agree to that? Okay, great.
I love you for that.
So, what the hell? Good. We're going to be BFFs. What the hell? 7 freaking months?
Yeah, 7 months, bro.
How?
So I
How?
out in August, September, October, November, December, January, February. I started playing around with the bikes. So I was riding after 7 months. Sorry, February I started riding, and then coming down to my 1 year, he crashed on my right before my 1 year. So I was back. I was riding my March, April, May, and he crashed in June. So yeah,
You're a nut. You're a good nut, but you're a nut.
it was crazy.
Oh
It was
my
so.
God.
The bike is on the floor. I
You
don't
have
see.
an extensive amount of strength to be able to, hold yourself up, hold the bike up,
Yeah,
and to, oh my God.
it was a lot. It was a lot, mind you. I
I
have
can
rods.
imagine.
It felt like clothes was coming on my back as I bent over. It's really awful. It's awful. So as I picked it up, I screamed at God. At that moment, I was screaming. I'm like, damn. But I was like, I didn't want to sound weird. I was like, oh, am I screaming in my boy's head, my ear? He has a helmet on the comms.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
yo, yo. I was like, yo, beige, where you at? He's not picking up. And that's one of my bros that would never, ever dead me or play with me like that because he got me back. I mean, he helped me get back to life.
Yeah, yeah.
So as that happened, we end up going, we pushed the bike all the way. I pushed the bike and I'm looking over the waters. I'm looking for him. I don't see him. I'm like, no way. Where is this guy? And I can't walk far. I can't walk more than like 50 meters by then. I was like, I could walk right here and there. I can't walk anywhere. So where would he go? And we're in the wetlands. So it's like nobody around. It's just nothing. Nobody's there. And when I looked over in the water, that's when I saw him in there. I'm like, holy fuck. Yeah, Joe. I started laughing. I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is it. This is where you give up bike life for sure because now you got your best friend and some shit. That's crazy. All right. You brought him out. He crashed. What are you going to do? I just got my new prosthetic leg. I'm like, damn, this is 20 racks right on my foot right here. I gotta go in that water.
Can't get this wet. Need me a plastic bag.
Yo, it was crazy. So then I had to go for the guardrail. It's just one of those things, fight or flight. You know, I went in there,
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, well, I ain't no getting back up there now, but for certain I can't get back up there. I'm like, well, I'm stuck in the water with him until somebody passes by and sees us in this sink of this lake.
Yeah, this swamp
Yeah.
thing.
And then when I went in there, I'm hovering over him. I turn his head. His helmet is full of water. No response. I'm like, ooh.
Oh no. Oh.
And he did. That's what's up. That's what's up. Your life is really shit, bro. That's crazy. You just lost your legs. Almost lost your wife. Well, lost your legs. You just lost your best friend, and you about to get divorced. Yeah, because that's what it is. Because I knew she found out. That's ultimate betrayal, right? Like all of that. At 45, she stayed every single day with me. Like, think about it. That's a lot for a woman anyway. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot.
Absolutely.
Kids
Absolutely.
have jobs, and she orchestrated this whole entire thing and talking to people and communicate with my village is what I like to call them. And
She was your voice.
that's what it was, my voice. So in that, I'm like, all right, it's gonna happen. It's game time. So now, when I heard him, I tried to go for his legs because I saw the guardrail. I'm like, well, please make it funny, and his legs is off too because I will find this. Ever since I believe in energy, I was like, this is some real funny energy. Let me see what's going on. So I tried tapping his legs. He's like, I heard him moan. I looked up. I'm like, yes, he's alive. Life is good.
Yeah, yeah.
Then before my boys live though, I could fix myself. I could handle me. So then I started fixing him. Checked to his arm. His arm is backward. I'm like, fuck.
Damn.
He's gonna get out of here. You know what I mean? I thought it was just he's shaking up. He's underwater. Like, but I didn't even know how he's under the water. I'm like, craziness. So ended up shifting him to the hill, and then he kept sliding down the bank. I'm like, but I have to twist. I can't move my ankles. My foot is stuck in the soil. It's like quicksand. It took everything. I don't have anything to move.
No.
And my back is giving out. So every time I try to hold him up, he slide back into the water, under the water.
Oh
So now I was
no.
hold him up the whole entire time, and my back is giving out. Think of the Titanic, and this joint is about to sink. I'm like, yep. In the water with him, and then hold him up and just lay here until night comes or until somebody come get us. Is what I thought. Randomly, a car comes in because they saw the bikes on the side of the road and come as floaties and stuff, and like, yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
They pulled me up, and he's like, yo, what are you doing on there? I'm like, yo, I don't have any legs. You kind of have to help me up. He's like, what? You ain't got no legs? What do you do? What? I was like, long story. Just pull me up and help me get
out of here. We'll talk later.
So got up there, got on my phone. I'm like, damn, do I call my wife? Do I call 911? What am I doing? What to do? Because shit is crazy. And I was like, you know what? If I can get him to the hospital before the ambulance get here, maybe I could swing this, right? So I hit my sis up. Yo, sis. No, I called her husband. And then he was like, all right, bet I'm coming. But she ended up coming first. I'm like, oh, shit. So she came through. I'm like, to get him, I don't want to hurt him more, man. I was like, yo, I just got called 911. Call 911. Accept my fate. I was like, yo, you handle, my sister already there. I was like, you handle him from now. I already did what I have to do. I have to get home to my car to go call Nick. And she's like, bro, you are fucked. I'm like, So I pull up, speeding. And then I went to the storage, swapped the rules, put the car to the boom to the bomb, got back in. Yo, babe. She's like, yo, just waking up, right? I was like, she's like, what happened? I was like, Beige was behind me and he went down. And she's like, what? I was like, he was behind me and he went down. She's like, what did he go down? I was like, the motorcycle. She's like, what? You not? Because she think I'm not riding.
Right.
I was like, yeah. She's like, all right. I was like, information. Go to this laptop. Boom. She's like, all right. If she calls back before she calls back without the insurance information. She's like, you was riding? I said, yo. She's like, nah, you was riding?
You was like a little kid getting punished by your parents, man. I know what the hell to say. That's when you be stuck.
I was like, yeah. She hangs up. I was like, yeah. Okay, so I'm fucked. Yeah, that's happening. So my divorce is sealed. She calls me back. We're gonna handle this. We'll take care of this. After this, we're done. Like, that's it. I was like, Thank you. At least help me get him situated. And she wrote, we stuck together to get him back to life, to get him back to health. And ever since then, it's been a journey that we've just been helping each other. He ended up coming beast mode because he saw what I did. So his recovery I'm still recovering, but his was like lightning fast. It was crazy because I was up his ass. I was like,
Yeah.
no way. There's no way. He torn this, he broke that. I'm like, that's cool and all. That's very cute. But let's see. Let's see what
That's cute.
for real. I like
Mm-hmm.
we tapped in here. We just pushed his body together. So and
Mm-hmm.
he's back. So yeah, that's what. And essentially, there's so much more detail to the 45 bit, the afterlife, and his accident on top of like the dope people I've been making into. Like I've met this dope ass. Well, speaking about youngin, I was from the hospital. I wanted to build a bike for an amputee because I know that's something I wanted, and he was the first amputee that I helped build a bike in terms of bringing shifters up top for him. So
All right.
that's one of my first bros, and his story is crazy amazing. It's so similar to mine, if not crazy. Or his injuries may not be long, like right now, as bad as mine. I hate to say bad as, but for what you can see,
Right.
but his story though, because everybody has a story, it's like crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Heck. It's crazy. So but I meet a lot of dope people, and I'm now in an organization that helps people who are disabled get back onto motorcycles. So now I'm just living my passion in that sense. Like I'm just doing what I want to do. I want to like I am my own person because like this is an energy kind of thing. Like you can't really teach somebody else to. It has to happen to
You
you,
have
kind
to
of like, right?
you have it in you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have it in you. I'm just trying to do that till I die. And if whatever it looks like, however beautiful I can make it, I'll keep doing it. And the goal is to just keep trying until I'm done here. And that's it because I
Well, you're
take.
an amazing role model for your son too. You know,
Thank you,
I
thank
know he sees you as Superman.
you.
you're like man. You're not even Superman. You're like Man of Steel and the Terminator all mixed
I'll
together.
take it, man. I'll take it. But the thing is, we all have it in us. Nobody just wants to do it. That's just it. That's how
Yeah.
we all have it.
Yeah.
Every single body have it in it. You just gotta.
Yeah. We have
You
that.
gotta.
You know, we have that inner power in us. It's just a matter of tapping into it.
And I would love to see people healthy tap into that. I would love to see that. I would love to see somebody who has everything. When I say healthy, like everything is okay physically, and you've been healed. You went through your spiritual journeys, and you've become. I would like to see
Mhm.
what that person is. There's a lot of them out there, though. There's a lot. I've met a lot.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see. Even though they have their arms and legs, but their story was like insane. Whether it's been trouble as a kid and you had to go through certain things with your parents and drugs, whatever it is like all those people who overcome those. Like I really appreciate them, and yeah,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. That's true. That's amazing. Are you getting any more bikes?
Yeah, so well,
Wait, hold on. With your wife's permission, or are we going?
so I ain't getting a new,
Because
right?
this is recorded right here. I can send her. All I gotta do is send her this recording. Like I'm on her side. I ain't on your side.
Anybody has what I'm good. I am good. I am very good. But for me, I think I got the new R1, right? It's a 2021, I think. And I have the 2015 S1000, and I have my crash bike that I rebuilt, and I just sold my
Oh, you
2014. So
rebuilt it,
yeah,
yeah.
the one that I crashed, yeah,
Yeah.
build that.
Do you ride it, or that's just like a keepsake kind of thing?
It's a keepsake, but I do get on it to feel that extra, to feel the shape of it. To sometimes go to the crash site with the exact bike, the exact lane, and I just do it to me. I just like doing that.
Yeah.
But that's how I heal. That's just my.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I'll probably be a nervous wreck every time I pass by. Because you just relive those feelings in that moment, and the fact that you were alert during,
Yeah,
the whole entire process. That just, everything resonates now. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. And that's actually what it is. A lot of people, from what the stories I've been hearing too, some people don't remember. I just
Yeah.
woke up out of a coma, like I'm like, damn. Even that's trauma in itself because they go crazy like that. They like, yo, I just don't know what happened. My life sucks now. All of a sudden, my life sucks, and that's a hard one to swallow too. I rather get the hit, get the hurt, see the pain. Like, damn, I seen this. This is my story. I can believe that. Whereas, how can they tell it? They like, yo, I can't even tell you a story. Just I hit a truck, lost my legs, and now I'm here.
Now,
So,
let's ask a reality question. If you didn't have, because you had gear on that day, right?
mm-hmm.
If you did,
Yeah,
if you didn't have any gear on that day,
guaranteed that, guaranteed.
can
There's
you
no
Can you speak about the importance of wearing gear in,
Yeah,
this lifestyle that, unfortunately, I don't critique anybody. I tell people ride your ride. I always wish people safe riding, whether you're riding a scooter, a Vespa, a
yeah,
R1, a B, whatever. We're all out here risking our lives the moment we mount our bikes.
yeah,
But I feel like a lot of people don't understand this lifestyle. Like, it's literally life or death. I tell people all the time, me living in New York, I fight death every time I get on my bike. Every single time, every day I get on my bike, I know that I'm gonna fight death, or I'm gonna see my life flash before my eyes because somebody's doing some dumb shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, the importance of gear is just, I'm a gear nut. I'm constantly preaching it.
Good, good. Yeah, I would say the gear, like in the beginning, I never used to really care for it because I used to wear it just in case. I figured if I fall, I'll fall easy. But the more skill I get, the more comfortable I feel like I can handle the bike, and the more willing I'm actually willing to do something at a higher pace of speed. And because I fell with gear, and I now know that even with gear, you could get your shit cut up and beat the fuck up. So I'm like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So gear is definitely if you want a chance to live, I just suggest you wear gear. If you don't care about your life, I shouldn't say you don't care, but if you don't plan on falling, shout out to you because nobody knows when they're gonna fall.
That's
Nobody
why.
knows.
That's why I tell people that's why they call accidents. Accidents are what they are. They're accidents. They happen unexpectedly, And I just wish people wouldn't feel like they're so invincible, you know.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, my son, he loves the fact that I ride. He's always been a fan of me riding. I used to always ride him before he got 6'5", and I couldn't ride him anymore. But my goal, even now, he's 21. My goal every time is to make sure I come home to my family in
yeah,
one piece.
yeah,
That's my goal. Come home. We fuck around. I'm not saying here that I'm like riding like a freaking like a abiding by every freaking traffic law because I don't. I'm the white light queen.
I heard that.
We have we fuck around. We do what we do. But in the same token, we have to be mindful of things and be mindful of just a lot of shit that we have to deal with while we're on the road.
Facts.
You know.
That's facts, man.
We don't come equipped with airbags, like I say. And the airbags that they invented are freaking retarded as hell because when the hell am I gonna have in my mind pull this plug in the middle of a freaking accident? Please
That
explain that to me.
it's tricky. It's very, very tricky.
My boy
Uh,
has the best.
yeah.
First of all,
Huh?
the shit weighs like 1,000 tons. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought he had like 8 bulletproof vests on because that's how freaking thick that shit was. Okay.
Definitely takes the fun out of the comfortability of your riding,
Yeah.
especially. I think what it is just depends on how much risk you're willing to take. Do you feel like dying today or not? Just ask yourself that. Like, am I gonna die today or not? And I mean, I don't mind. Hey, I'm gonna just ride with no legs. I mean, no gear. And that's you. You make a decision. I want everybody to understand that if you make a decision,
Squid.
yeah, you know,
I
I would literally.
was a squid. I was a big time squid.
That's
I
what I'm saying.
never wore shorts. I was a sneaker person, sneaker and t-shirt. And then
See,
my boy got on my ass and he was like, "You better put some goddamn gear on." And I was like, and then not only that, but unfortunately attending so many
that part.
funerals.
Oh yeah, that part.
You
That's tough.
know,
Oh,
over the course of 16 years of me riding, I've been to
too much.
too many, too many. So it gives you a reality check with that also. It makes you appreciate life.
Big time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's why I love the bike community because we appreciate that part of life. Like we all understand, like, yo, shit can get crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
with the gear, like I just want people to understand that with it, you just stand a better chance of surviving. And there's this company
I
called
love that.
Airbag Jeans. They make airbag jeans now, and we have a relationship. So I'm about to just put everybody onto
Do
airbag jeans. So when you do
they
crash,
self-deploy?
so if you
So if I
fall,
like jump off my bike, am I gonna?
technically, if if they get
I'm gonna just blow up. My legs are just gonna blow up.
I gotta send you the link, but if you hop off, it will go off. If you obviously aren't paying attention, you can't be like, shit, this damn airbags.
Oh shit! Oh my god, that's gotta be so
I will
confusing.
do I'm due to do a review soon. I just have to set up my garage for lighting. Once I set it up, I'll do a review on your head. You see it. I'll tag you in it.
Yes, please tag me or send me the link.
Sure,
Definitely.
for sure. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, Doug. Just make sure you'll focus on the gay part. I'll always sure you shower before every ride because you don't know when it's gonna be the last. I remember
You
at
said
least when I cried
shower before every ride.
every ride because staying down like
It's true though. My mother used to always say when I was little, she used to always be like, you have to always make sure you have clean underwear because you might wind up in the ambulance, and when you're in the ambulance, they cut all your clothes off. And I was like, they cut your clothes off? They're like, yeah. She goes, they don't care. They just cut right through all your clothes. I said, oh shit.
well, every I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But it's part of the game. It's just part of the game. Just keep protecting yourself, and I hope that everybody continues to be safe out there. That's pretty much it.
I don't know how I found you. I don't know how I found you. I really don't.
It is meant.
Nobody. Like you just literally stumbled on my freaking
So
my news feed, and I was just blown away. Like I instantly just started digging into all your videos because I was like, what the hell happened? You know what I mean?
yeah.
And when I finally saw the video, I was like, holy shit! Like this man is amazing, you know. And I already knew from the beginning that you were, you know, a force to be reckoned with. And I just want to say, it is a pleasure to be able to speak with you. It's a pleasure that you have survived. You know,
Appreciate you.
blessing to your family, to your children, and you just had a baby too, right?
Yeah. He's 10 months and he's very intense.
Oh, another boy. Ew, team boys. Yes, we don't want no girls.
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah,
You
girl made me
look like you could be a girl dad though.
I am.
You got girl dad written all over you. I know. I see it.
I think I'm just a dad for real. Like I love to see kids grow. I love the youth. I love to see it. I love to pour into them, and I like to see their emotions and the humans.
They're so innocent and pure.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, and that's just my vibe. So I know my physical. I like to call my physical avatar. I might look young, but I am 200 plus years old. I'm on a whole different ball game. We think differently, but you understand when you see people, though. You understand who understands, and that's for sure.
Yeah. No, yeah, I know. I know exactly what you mean. Definitely.
That's it, man.
Where are you? You in Philly?
Delaware.
Oh, you're in Delaware. Oh, okay, nice. You're not too far. That's a nice ride.
Yeah, bro, right there.
That's a nice ride. Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, what are you anytime before the season's over?
Huh?
You're gonna pop out anytime before the season is over? Come out this side.
I would like to, if life allows me. You know, life be life and
right.
you know, life be life and hard.
Yep.
But yeah, we're definitely gonna have another formal interview. We're gonna do some old 2-hour talk because I know I could talk about bikes all day. Listen, I had a 2-hour conversation with an 80-year-old man about bikes. Okay, Harley Davidson. I tell people all the time, it don't matter how old you are or what bike you ride. If you're into bikes and you start getting into those conversations, them shits become endless. You know, from storytelling to comparing bikes to talking shit about bikes. Because I'm a big shit talker too.
Let's go. What kind of bike you ride?
I got a CBR 1000.
All right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I just came over to the dark side. I used to actually be like, fuck Honda. Mind you, I know how great Hondas are because I was a Gixxer fanatic. I'm talking about hard, right? All my Gixxers, I had 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I had about 5 Gixxers, okay? And now you mentioned Gixxer and I'm going to throw up. Gixxers suck, okay? Close your mouth. No, close your mouth. Gixxers suck. It's okay. I'm not talking about your bike. You got a Yamaha.
Yeah, I ain't got no Gixxers.
Good. Keep it that way. Next bike, no Gixxers. Okay, Gixxers, they just suck. I'm sorry. Call me a hater. But I started, you know what it was? Where I fell in love with Hondas? Because my husband has a Honda. He's a big time Honda fanatic. So my bike was down at one point because I was waiting for a part. So I'm like, hey, I have access to another bike, right? What's yours is mine, mine is yours. So I started riding his bike, you know, to do my errands and everything else. And I would tell when I get home, I'm like, damn, that shit feels good on the highway. And I'm like, damn, this bike rides so goddamn good. Like, I'm like, ooh, I'm becoming one with this bike, you know? And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, so when it was time for me to sell my bike, when I was going to sell my bike, I said, you know what? I'm going to shop for a Honda. And I got my first Honda. I got an 05 CBR 1000. Unfortunately, they stole it 2 months after.
Yeah,
just
2 months?
Freaking 2 freaking months. Nobody had my bike. I'm going to send you a picture.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody had my bike. But yeah, I felt, like I said, I instantly fell in love with Hondas.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
Oh, man. I haven't owned one, but I do know they.
You haven't owned one?
A Honda? Nah.
What we're gonna have to reevaluate our friendship after this live. I
The
don't
new one,
know.
2023,
No,
2024.
you don't need all that. Listen, focus. Focus here, okay? You with me?
Thank you. Thank
The
you.
'05 from '05 to '07, believe it or not, are the best models.
I believe you. I believe
I'm
you.
telling you.
I believe you. You know, yeah,
I
you know.
have right now. I have the I had the '05, '06, and the '07. I have the '07 right now. That's actually my favorite one out of all of the ones that I have.
Copy. Copy. Do you plan to get a new one or not?
Hell no. I love that bike.
Copy.
I've had that
Okay.
bike for going on 3 years right now.
Okay.
I just
Gotcha.
love it. I just feel so comfortable with it. Unless I see something else that I like, because everybody's like, why don't you get a newer bike? And I'm like, because I don't need one. Like this bike, I got low miles on it. You know what I mean? The guy had it before me. He never rode. He just always had, it's one of those people that we just keep that shit parked up. And I'm like, thank you, because
Okay.
now it's mine. I pretty much got a brand new bike. Thanks to you for not riding that shit. It's like them seasonal riders. They only come out like April, May, and then they keep their shit parked up and take the insurance off and shit like that.
I
Yeah.
love those. Those are
Those
good.
are the best ones, man. I'll be like, thank you. And what? I don't gotta get new tires? Yeah, ooh, you're the best.
Yeah, man. So is there anything else that are we gonna do a part 2?
Yes, definitely. Most
All right.
definitely. I'm on your schedule. I know you have a lot of things going on and stuff like that. So you let me know whenever you have free
Okay.
time, and
Okay.
we could set it up again.
For sure. What I'll be doing is coming up soon. I'll be doing I'm starting back the Survivor Talk series where I'm going to bring people, kind of like how we're talking now, how I tell my story to you.
Mm-hmm.
They just tell it home, and then I'll just save it, post it, and leave somebody there. I'm also doing collaborations with these people as well. So when they want to tell their story, we put together a nice boom, boom, post it, and let the algorithm do what they want to do, and just touch, and then
Yeah. No, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, because like I said, you're giving other people hope, and I feel like you're just boosting up their confidence. And
why not?
people need confidence boosters because there's so many people that just don't think highly of themselves.
Facts.
You
Yeah.
know, they feel like they don't got it or they can't do it, or you know what I'm saying. So when you have people like yourself that are like, you know what, let me just take this video of you, and you're just giving them that. You have that platform, and the fact that you're using it in a positive way is dope.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely.
I
It's
appreciate
been a
it.
freaking
Yes.
pleasure. Shout out to your wife, to the
Thank
queen. Tell
you.
her she should get that package in about 3 days.
Chocolate.
The chancleta, yeah, it's gonna be nice and brassed out in a box and everything,
It's gonna be that versus my legs. So we're gonna see.
Definitely.
Okay.
Tell everybody how they can
Oh,
find you.
so yeah, you can follow or find me on Instagram at Titanium S1000, at Titanium Tarzan, and on TikTok Titanium Tarzan. So on TikTok, that's where you see my ratchet side. If I want to post anything I just
You
post,
say your ratchet side, you better stop. There's no ratchet videos on there. There's good videos on
you
there.
see what I mean. I what I want. I used to be twerking, but if I want to post me with my leg backwards, I might do some leg backwards craziness. People like crazy stuff like that. Whatever. So
Scaring,
yeah,
shocking people and shit.
yeah. And most of the times I post my videos on TikTok first because I'm always trying to see. I'm always dancing to the algorithm. And once it kicks up there, I'm like, ooh, TikTok bit that one, so I'm gonna come to Instagram and play that one. And that's how.
Yeah.
More people I reach, the better it is
Yeah,
for me.
it's a numbers game.
That's it. I'm and we good because, like I said, I'm not funny. There's people who complain about the fun, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. It's just such a systematic kind of setup. I'm like, they got people feeling for that. That's crazy. So yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's an addiction to some people.
Yeah,
Like they just literally sit there calculating, like, all right, let me check in another hour and see what my stats are at.
that's real. I know people like that. That's real.
Yeah.
So continue to pray for them, yeah.
Shout out to everybody that checked in on the live. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. You had a bunch of your fans jumping in.
Yeah, I'm peeping that. The people that drop the comments, I see people like saying they had the injuries and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was reading that also.
Yeah,
But yeah, thank you again for sharing your story. I truly appreciate it. It was super inspiring. I'm still like at some of the things you told me. I'm still like blown away at the 7 months. Like that shit is just. We're not gonna just say that shit like it was nothing, okay? Because you keep saying it like if you was just like you went to the store to buy a bottle of water. Like the hell?
I mean, I really appreciate that. I can't wait to really fully tell the story in like a movie setting where you guys get to see some of the crazy ish,
You
because
should.
really on the surface, you're all what I just told you, that's literally maybe 4% of how crazy my life really is.
Yeah.
Challenge is tough. Every morning is hard. Every morning I want to quit. I'm not even saying it for kicks. This ain't no funny stuff. Like every morning is very, 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 very hard, very painful. I'm always trying to figure out